this is the main Bible that I use. It is what I call my workhorse. It's where I put all of my notes, anything that I want to know at the drop of a hat. I put it into this Bible. I want to be prepared. If somebody asks me a question, I want to be prepared with an answer. I want to be able to pull out this Bible and get them the answer they're seeking. It is the KJV Journal of the Word Bible. It is made by Thomas Nelson. I have loved this Bible. There is a smaller Bible that I have. Like if I'm going on a hike and I know I'm not going to run into anybody that's going to be asking questions, I might bring that Bible. But for the most part, this is the Bible that I use. So I'll dig in deeper to this Bible in another video, but just as a quick overview, it does have, I've added these colored sheets. There's a way to tape them in. I'll actually do a video showing how to add a sheet into a page. You can decide where you want it, and you can make this as good as any study Bible that's out there that you might pay hundreds of dollars for. You can add maps, anything that you find. There's about 2 inches of room for notes, and I'll give a closer look. So, and because it's a large print Bible, there's actually room between the lines. Let's see, I'm going to do quick, just show you Ezekiel. So like I added this, there's one verse where it talks about them between the porch and the altar. So verse 16, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord and their faces toward the east, and they worship the sun toward the east. And so I added this picture showing the porch and the altar, and it's also found in Joel. So I also put a picture into Joel, so when I come along to that page, you know, it just gives me something interesting to look at. Really, in this Bible, I wanted, just as I'm reading it, just to see things that are helpful. Like when you're in Exodus and you're learning all about the tabernacle and the high priest, and it shows verses where it's from. I found this right online. So if you do a search and go to images in Google, you'll find that same picture. And this is all about the sanctuary, the different parts. I had never known about this before, but there's an altar of sacrifice, the brass laver, copper basin, those are some words for it, different things that they symbolize. You know, I just add it as I find it. And I'll show one more picture. Well, there's another one. But here's another one, a picture that I found that I really liked, and it's the setup. There are some pictures that show the tribes side by side, but there are other places in the Bible. This one appears to me to be more accurate, where it's Judah, that they lined up. Judah was closest to the temple area, going out, and Judah was on the east side, Dan was on the north, Ephraim on the west, Reuben on the on the south. So I just find that very helpful. The Levites were in the middle. So, and let me give you just a quick look at the inside, but I'll go through some more of my notes. I actually have a color system for all of my notes. Like, for example, green is the actual meanings. It might be the word in Strong's. So anyways, I'll do another video showing all the colors. Every single color has a meaning. So I've just found that very helpful. So anyways, that's my Workhorse Bible. Because inside this one I have this book, The Power of Praying for Your Adult Children. I don't have adult children, but I found the prayers to be very helpful. So I just do one prayer a day, hopefully, and I just insert their names into it. And then this one is Roger Murnau, The Incredible Power of Prayer, and he has lots of prayers that he shows. So I'm going through and tabbing and highlighting prayers that I want to add. And so this is what I would call my war room. My war room. Instead of having a separate notebook, I had at one point, because the scriptures themselves are so powerful, the prayers that are in the scripture, and I found some online and I just printed those out, and then some of them I've typed up and created. This was originally going to be a Bible that I just had as, be prepared to give someone an answer for the reason of your faith. And so I had started to put stuff in, and then it's just become my prayer Bible. And I think I'm just going to continue to have that workhorse with me. But this one does have, if I happen to be on a hike, I might just take this. And I do have information in here. But anyways, I'll do another video showing more information on that Bible. So that's that Bible. So here is another Bible that I try and use every day. And it was actually going to be the Bible that I was going to put prayers into and make this my prayer room, my war room. And I had actually started printing off some little prayers of the Bible. But I ended up using this to journal. As I learned something exciting, I just kind of stick it in here. And so I'm thinking over time it's just going to fill up. And so it says something, if there's something that blows me away about God, something that I've learned that I never realized, I date it. I might turn it into a prayer, just asking God to help me. I also put in there just about God's character and why things happened. And it's just amazed me. God has truly amazed me. And so that's what I'm using for that. And I'm not worrying about filling up every page. I might just have 2 sentences on a page, but I know that God will bring more to me. And if he doesn't on that page, that's okay. Blank space in a Bible is okay with me. So that is kind of my notebook. I guess I would say a journal. That's really my journal, even though I do have my journal, the Word Bible, but that's my workhorse. So the next one that I have here is the Barnes & Noble's Keepsake Holy Bible, King James Version. I found that I wanted a Bible that didn't have any writing in it and was more like a book. So the pictures are illustrated by Gustave Doré. And there's a nice introduction about the King James translation that I actually enjoyed reading. And so what you do is you'll be reading along and there might be a picture. So I thought it's a great Bible. And then I also have my reading plan in this Bible that I created, but I'm still working on it. I can do Patriarchs and Prophets plan. That takes you from Genesis all the way up through the end of King David's life. And then you have Prophets and Kings that takes you up through the end of the Old Testament. And then you have the Desire of Ages plan, which takes you from the birth of Jesus all the way to Jesus' death on the cross. One thing I did was I mixed the Psalms in with all the different plans. So like when Jesus is on the cross, there's a psalm that you read that was written by David, but from the perspective of Jesus on the cross. So I'll do another video on that one, those plans. And then this one is the Acts of the Apostles, and it takes us all the way from the book of Acts through the end, through to Revelation. So when I finish my plan, I've read every word of Scripture. I am not going to be highlighting or underlining at all. I haven't underlined or highlighted in it. It's just to come to read and see what does the word speak to me. And so that is that book. It's very pretty. And then I have 2 Bibles that I would refer to as my textbooks. They are, again, not ones that I write in, but I'll just show a brief thing about this. This one does have maps already in it. It has commentary in the bottom. Okay, so in this Bible, there is a cross-reference right down the center. And underneath each word is the Strong's dictionary number. So this is Old Testament. So this would be Hebrews. And then in the back is the Greek and Hebrew dictionaries. So you find that number and you would get the definition. So that's been very helpful. And my desire is to have everything available to me offline, because you can get all of that for free, but I feel like I need to stock up on things so that I'm not dependent on the internet. And so kind of when a birthday comes around, Christmas, anniversary, I just get the item that will help me the most. And this is another study Bible, and it has, so this is the Remnant Study Bible, and it has like an intro to every book and some commentary. So I've found both of them helpful because the commentary is different in each of them. So here is a new edition that I hope to start using more soon, and it's the Memorization Study Bible. It's just the New Testament, and so what I have is 2 places that I'd like to work on memorizing, and I keep starting and stopping, but I'm going to highlight as I memorize something and then keep adding. So I want to memorize most of this chapter, so I want to memorize, and this one from here down to here, it's about Christ on the cross. And then the other one, I had previously memorized James in the NIV, but it's so difficult. I lost that Bible. And then when I bought a new one, the NIV had changed. And so it was very frustrating to me. So I've just decided I'm going to memorize everything in the KJV. That has not changed for hundreds of years. So that's what I'm doing. And I think I'm going to use a notebook and just use that to memorize right through the scripture. And so I'd like to re-memorize James in the KJV. So that's how I'm going to be using that Bible and highlight as I memorize things. So that was a look at all of the Bibles that I use that are helpful to me in my studies.